Three, two, one. Let's go. All right, we're back with another condensed Go game, and this is a fun one. This is a murder and mayhem kill fest. There's so many murders in this game and kills. It is a fun one. I just quickly replayed it back. I had a couple notes here that this is a really fun game. It's a great game, and it sure was. I haven't played this in a while. This was back from, I don't know, 6 months ago, something like that. So at the time, I was 9K up against 8K, and so sort of intermediate level. And let's just dive right in. So I had the first move as black, and away we go. Took the upper right corner at the 3-4. And I can speed through this somewhat quickly. White's trying to attack my corner, sure. Nice little defense, so that's totally safe. Don't even have to worry about it. I make a big jump there. That's a little over-aggressive, and sure enough, white sort of makes me pay for that by jumping in the middle. Can't complain. Then I shore up my defenses there a little bit, and I give myself a little bit of breathing room in here. If white pushes this way or this way, I can still, I can do the opposite, and I should be able to build myself a nice little base out there to live. And I wasn't too worried down here. I mean, he's attacking it, but I have lots of space, liberties. I have room to sneak out, I think, however I need, and maybe even along the left-hand side. So made more sense to shore up the left-hand side. And so white continues to attack that corner. We play a little defense. I threatened, so back up right. So white plays that last move at b5, and then at this point, I guess I thought, you know what, this is safe enough. Maybe white can throw in there and make a play to threaten this. And maybe I should have been more conservative on this. I don't know, we'll see as this game plays out. But then I got aggressive right here with the next move at f6, because it's a forcing move, right? White's got to play most likely at f5 to connect up his two groups, but it gives me the chance then to take this stone and I slide out this way, and that's really helping this group, right? It's giving me sort of a third point to build up a nice little framework in there, and then probably a free move after white plays. So sure enough, white does take that spot, and then it gives me a free move, and all of a sudden, like, that looks pretty safe now, right? Like, this group here, we don't have like a whole lot of shape sort of figured out, but there's certainly enough space that I feel like the left-hand side of the board is going to be fine. Down here, definitely could use another move just to keep things safe, kind of settle that down a little bit with some eyes and solidify that. But it's also forced white into a pretty long line, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stones of whites, and it has no real territory yet, hasn't captured anything. It's strong, and he can probably push to the right, but it hasn't really captured anything. But who knows? Maybe it'll capture my lower left-hand corner, but we shall see. Oh, there we go. And so white gets aggressive and tries to bottle me in. With this play there at b2, I think I'm safe at this point, right? Because I can get an eye up here somewhere, and then it also leaves me another spot down here for an eye, and I have the corner too. So white can try some stuff in there, but I should be able to kill him off pretty quickly. So I'm not. It just took one more move, but at least now I'm not really worried about that. Pardon me. I think that's in pretty good shape. And white recognizes that with his next move and plays out here, which I think is a super strong move, right? Because he's got, like I said, he's got this really strong group. And he's got one stone way out here, and he's got this huge space in the middle, and he throws right in the middle of that. And clearly he's trying to capture this space by doing that. But again, it's pretty open, right? I can still jump in here, somewhere underneath there, and try and win some of the back. I can jump in over here. So he hasn't totally captured that, let's say. Moving on. I push up to the top, kind of similar to what white's doing down here with a big move. I do the same up top with the big move, and that is bolstering this black stone here in the upper right-hand corner. Hopefully. It's going to take another move or two to do that. There's a huge space there. And sure enough, white attacks it. So we play a very similar move, or series of moves that we played down here, where we took 2 stones into the corner. White is attacking, and I'm confident enough that I can either, with this little setup here in the upper right-hand corner, I can either sneak over the top and connect this way, or I can kind of weasel my way down the right-hand side of the board, and I can make something there, and I'm not that worried. Like, and same thing to down here. If I play one stone here or here, like, I think that's going to be safe. So it's worth paying attention to, but I think I had the opportunity to play off of that and go over here and really help this stone, which is certainly weaker than these two. This stone could get into trouble a lot faster, I think, personally. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing, but that's my thinking here. So then what does white do next? He continues attacking the corner, just like he did down here. I'm assuming this will work out in sort of a similar fashion. All right, actually, no, it didn't. So white got really aggressive here. And I don't know why. That's kind of a mistake, I'd say, playing there at S14. Because then I put him into Atari, he responds, put him into Atari again, and I kill him off. I think what he wants to do is pressure these three. I don't think that's going to work out for him, but we'll see. So sure enough, puts me down to 2 liberties. Fine. I push up. And I have 1, 2, 3 liberties. He probably could kill that off, actually. We'll see. But it's not a huge deal because I had got that extra play up here. So this group, I have certainly a nice start. And this group here, I can jump way down here, right? It should be fine. Maybe I'll have to sacrifice the corner to do this, but we'll see how this plays out. So white's still attacking that group of 4. Puts me down to 2 liberties. Okay, I start attacking that 2. Puts me into Atari, but I connect up. So now all of a sudden, I have the advantage here in the liberty battle, right? My group has 1, 2, 3 liberties. White's group here of 2 has 2 liberties. I can kill this group off. And this is all going to be gravy. So that's looking great. White recognizes that and shifts their focus away to these 2 and splits them. Interesting. Ooh, pretty aggressive on my part to go below the white stone there, right? As opposed to, I think typically if I was playing this now, I'd probably play here against the board and try and get something up here, but I'm pushing him in. That's pretty aggressive. I'm pushing him up and saying, hey, try and live up here. Sucker, try and do that. White abandons it and wants to shore up his group here. He's got a very similar situation again. This upper right-hand corner is playing out very similarly to this lower left-hand corner, right? I ended up winning the corner. Same as down here. Safe. We won that corner. And white ends up with a strong group with not a lot of captured territory. He's getting some stuff in there. But this one, he's got that strong group again, right? And he hadn't captured much. So this is a pretty similar situation. He played this corner differently, but similarly. Anyway, so N16, last move. What do? I'm going to attack that single white stone. And it makes sense. I want to shore up my little group here and make sure that's going to be fine. And it is at this point. It's going to be okay. I mean, he maybe could kill that off, but at least for the time being, I can kill that one white stone. And I should be able to live up here. I'm not that worried about that. I can jump over here, maybe to H17. I can swing out this way. And white is kind of bolstering his defenses there with a conservative move, but he's protecting this white stone, right? Because I could split him there and then really potentially capture this whole group if he allowed me to play there. So he didn't. Smart move, I think, on their part. Anyway, there we go. So then I jump out a couple lines to the left, and now all of a sudden I would say this is looking pretty safe. I have a nice framework. I have a kill in here for an eye, and then I'll get another eye, up here somewhere. So I think that's safe. I like that. And it's also starting to put a little bit of pressure on this group over here, right? We're threatening to maybe pinch and cut there. We shall see. White totally shifts focus and ignores that one and jumps down there. That's a very aggressive move. I don't love it. He's attacking this stone here, which is kind of on its own, I guess, but splitting, I don't know. Don't love that move. So here we go. I play board side, edge of the board side, I should say. Kind of the opposite of what I did up here, but this makes more sense, right? Because I want to get this, right? And I want to force white out this way, and I don't think that'll be a problem here. It's exactly what's happening. We're pushing him out, and we ended up, that's a nice bit of shape there. So we end up getting, a decent little chunk of territory on the left-hand side of the board. And we haven't had a lot of kills yet. Like I said, this game's got a lot of kills, and we're starting to ramp up, right? We got a kill over here. It looks like we're going to kill these two. Probably going to kill this one. So I guess we have 3 little kill zones already, but don't worry, there's even more to come. We'll see how this game plays out. All right, so white saves himself there. I connect up. He puts me into Atari. Sure, I connect up. Cuts me. Sure, put him into Atari. So this is where the game gets pretty fun, right? Because he's got to just take a snapshot. We are 91 moves in. White's got a group up here, which honestly now is looking like it's in trouble. After those last couple moves of mine here, with that split, this could be in trouble because there's not a lot of captured territory. You can maybe get an eye down here and then maybe one there or there or something, but I might be able to kill that off. White's also got a group out here, but with no captured territory. He's got to run out this way and try to box out the middle of the board somehow or connect up to this group up here because there's nothing captured there at the moment. And now white also has this group here, which is probably going to be fine, but again, not a lot of captured territory. You can maybe get an eye somewhere up at the top or somewhere in the middle. And then white is potentially capturing the bottom of the board here, but there's a lot of open space, right, where I can jump in. So at this point, I would say I definitely have the advantage. I don't think white is winning this game at the moment. If he gets a kill, you never know, but let's look at black's territory. Upper left-hand corner, got it. Lower left-hand corner, got it. Nice little chunk there on the left. Upper right-hand corner, got it. None of these are huge, but they add up. And we're starting to see something kind of forming out here. It's not totally settled. I need a little bit of a stronger line there somewhere, and then hopefully connect up there. A lot of space open in the middle, but I'd say at this point, we're almost 100 moves in. Black, me, definitely has the advantage at this point. So white's probably going to have to get aggressive, and we might see that play out, and hopefully I can take advantage. So white's trying to capture those 3 and kill them off. I say, no way, Jose. However, it looks like he is going to probably kill those off, right? White's getting super aggressive with that last move. Look at this, J17. Like, what are you doing there? Man, he's just trying to split me, I guess, because at this point he's gonna get these 3. Fine, but this one, it looks like he's gonna try and go left to connect up here, but then he's not really. Yeah, maybe he's gonna try and capture this and then split me there to kill these off. I don't know. If this works out, it'd be a great move, but I don't. It feels very aggressive. And there we go. So one move, I'm kind of conceding this little bit of space up here and saying, sure, I'm allowing you to connect, but I'm also connecting myself because you can't jump in here now. So now this is officially one group, right? Now that with that last move at J16, I've connected that up, so it's not in danger at all. And wait, I guess he's going to gain a little bit from it. Oh, he did kind of, okay. Assuming that he played at H17 next, I think that would have been the play. But I guess he saves his 1 stone. Sure, why not? I was threatening to just back up there by connecting up at G16. I'm connecting to cut through here, right, and then maybe kill off these couple stones up top. He doesn't want that, so he connects. Sure. But that allows me then to put the pressure on that single stone, wow, which he just abandons. Okay, so that's going to be a kill, probably. And then white, actually I like this play. White shifts his focus to a much bigger move. Instead of saving a couple stones, a couple spaces up here, this move down here at G6, that's a big play because he's saying, hey, I want this. Still, I'd say a little too much space in there for me to jump in and potentially do something, but I think that is a good play. Personally, I maybe would have played down here, maybe here, something like that. That's just a little tighter in the middle so that I can't jump in. But he has to be aggressive, right? I think white's losing at this point, so he's got to be aggressive. How did we respond? Okay, I like that. We're protecting that single stone, we're connecting up, and what we don't want, just step back one, actually no, it's fine. White's got a strong line here, right? He's also got a strong line down here. We don't want him to bridge that, because then all of a sudden that's one super strong sort of formidable line of defense. And if he starts playing off that with a line here and a line here, he's all of a sudden he's going to capture a lot of space in the middle. But at the moment, he's got a strong line here, and there's a gap. And guess what? By playing there at G7, putting the pressure on this stone here, and it's just given us a way to sneak out into the middle of the board. And in doing that, a couple things. We're potentially pressuring these stones. We're potentially pressuring this group down here, because again, he doesn't have anything captured yet. He's got some points that I can take advantage of to cut him off and potentially kill that group if it plays out in my favor. And it's just giving me a way to weasel into the middle of the board. I had nothing going on in here, and it just gives me a way to I can work my way in there and just slowly eat away at his territory and just kind of make his life a pain, right? So that's what you want. You want to make it hard on your opponent. So white responds, okay, with a stronger move. So now this is getting tighter. I'm probably not going to jump in the middle of this now that he's got that second stone there. And sure enough, so I abandoned that. And interesting, I kind of focus up on the upper left a little bit. Yeah, I was going to say I probably should have jumped over to the right. That's a very small move. I don't love that move that I made. There's a lot of open space out here. It would have been nice to jump in at, maybe R9, something like that. Because I have this group up here. If I can play a line over here somewhere, I can maybe capture all that in-between space. But white does that instead. That's a big move. But all of a sudden, white's looking like, hey, he might have a big piece of territory in the bottom right-hand side. So well played to white. There we go. Then I get my move on the right-hand side of the board. White, yeah, I don't love that move. I guess what he's showing is he kind of, couple things, I guess. He sort of had this, what looks like this. There's still space to jump in there, but that's more or less the shape he's kind of showing. And then by playing there, it looks like he's trying to do something like this, and start to capture. I mean, it's going to take a couple more moves, right? But to capture the middle, the lower middle right-hand corner, the lower middle right of the board. But he's not really accomplishing that. Like, there's enough space for me to sneak in here. There's enough space in this middle that I could probably throw in there at N7 or something, and just kind of expand in all directions. So I don't love that one, and he's kind of bridging a little bit to this group up here too, but it's so far that again I can throw into the middle of that and it's not doing anything. So this a bit of a wasted move there, kind of like what I did over here at B13. So anyway, is what it is. Moving on. We're looking for kills. We don't need to worry about these little moves, right? You want to see kills. That's why you're here. But maybe not. Maybe the subtle stuff is fun too, right? So actually, I like this move of mine now. So I double up my black stones here in the middle, and I'm just, this stone is so much more secure if it's doubled up now. It's so much stronger. You could really force it with a couple moves, but now it's got a bit of weight to it, and I can play off my group over here. And I'm also, so this is kind of this is a triple move. I actually like this move a lot. I have this group up here, right? And I was talking about it'd be nice to build a line somewhere down here and capture everything in the middle. So that's one thing it's doing. It's saying, hey, I'm building a nice strong line here, and it's capturing that space between the two. It's also solidifying this stone that was on its own, and a little bit lonely, I guess you'd say. It's out there on its own with not a lot of support, right? So that would be easy to attack for white. So it's doing that as well. And thirdly, it's also putting pressure on this stone here, this white stone at P9, by attaching to it and saying, hey, with a couple more moves, I can put this into Atari. I can force you whatever direction I want. So it's probably going to force white to do something, maybe not immediately, but he's going to have to do something with that. So that's kind of a 3-for-1 move. I like that a lot. Curious to see what white will do to respond. If I was white, I'd probably play up here somewhere and use this stone to maybe make a group like that. Sure enough, a little more aggressive than I would have probably played. He's doing a 2-for-1 here too. He's trying to get this shape. You can see what he's outlining, but he's also, by doing that, kind of jumping in here and trying to split my groups, right? And potentially attack those two. So fair enough. He's got to be aggressive. He's behind on the scoreboard, so that's what you have to do. I like that response. You attack the single stone and start to encircle White's single stone. White has to respond to that one. He doesn't have to, I guess, but he chooses to. And there we go. So 2 moves. I've probably captured this stone now, right? What's White going to do? Sure, you can try to connect up. I ended up capturing another one. So that's going to be a kill, right? I'm going to get these 2. All of a sudden, this looks nice and healthy. We got the whole upper right-hand side of the board now. Because White got too aggressive, and then he tried to back off with his connecting stone here, but then it was just too aggressive that I just actually captured that connecting stone too. I got a safety net, so he should have played closer up to where I initially mentioned, probably up there somewhere, as opposed to jumping way inside my territory. Now, where does White? Yeah, so White abandons those 2. Sure, that's another kill for me. I'll take it. Now we're threatening to slide underneath the right-hand side of the board. White ignores it and tries to... Actually, I like that. White's trying to attack this stone. But remember earlier we talked about we had this white wall here, this white wall here, and we don't want them to connect up. Guess what? White can put me into Atari if I don't respond to this and get that strong wall. And now he's also got a decent little wall building on this hand side with one in the middle, so that potentially, if this plays out in White's favor, it looks like this is what he's trying to do, right? And that would be, I mean, if White got all that, he could win the game, maybe. That's pretty significant. If it reaches up to this group up there, you know, imagine that's all one group, right? That's huge. Actually, I guess it would be connected to this too. So that's, I mean, White could win the game if he gets this. So obviously I can't let him do that, right? So how do we respond? We sort of push into that wall. All right, so I could have kept that going. I probably should have kept that going, right? I could have pushed that all the way up here to G12. Like if that was one black line, White could have forced me. He went there. I could have maybe cut that group off. But then he can kill these 3. It doesn't really matter. I was thinking I can attack this group of White, but it doesn't matter because he can kill these 3 off at basically any time, which merges him with this upper group. So that's not worth attacking. That's got to be why I just abandoned running up there. And I guess I've conceded that this is going to be more or less a white wall. And I'm going to push this way instead. With this move here, I'm saying I don't want him to get this, right? By pushing that way. White responds, sort of. Conservative move there by White, but I think a strong move. There's enough space for me to jump in there, but now that's getting pretty solid there on the bottom right. We're sliding underneath. He tries to stop it. Not going to happen. I just become a nuisance in there on the bottom right-hand corner. And here we go. Now we're getting aggressive. Using White's own medicine against him, right? White's game plan was pretty aggressive the second half of this game, and now I'm doing the same thing. And this is an interesting move. I like this because there's a lot of space down here. Like if you outline White's territory roughly, it's this, right? But the whole middle of that really is one stone. There's a lot of space up here. There's quite a bit of space here, a bit of space here. So by playing directly attached to this white stone, I'm assuming White is going to probably double up and attack my stone, right? So he's either going to go this side or this side. And it doesn't really matter because then I'll do the opposite. If White attacks the right-hand side of my stone, then I'll jump over here a couple lines and I'm going to say, hey, I want this bit of territory, and then I can threaten to cut in here too. And the opposite's true. If White doubles up this side to take this group over here on the left, then I jump this way, and then I start to say, hey, maybe I'll connect up to this group, and then I can threaten these 3. So either way, there's a play. And then obviously if he ignores it, then I'd probably play here and attack that stone and then just push. But there's no way White's going to allow that. Sure enough. So he chooses the left-hand side. There we go. Jump off to the right exactly as scripted. Push down. Oh, whoa, White just ignores it. He probably should have kept attacking that. Because again, he sort of jumped in behind enemy territory here. White's too aggressive with these plays. He's gonna have to play a safety net, which I might end up being able to kill. So I push him up, and you almost don't even see it, right, in that little sequence. White plays there. I play, and he probably thinks I'm gonna play here, but I don't, because that might be interesting. If I played there at R8, he could put this stone into Atari, push me down, and then probably do more damage. Then he can probably kill that group off. But by playing here, White, yeah, he could go this way. I don't know, but he chooses to go up and try and split. And there we go. I play up, and kind of sneakily, I put these 3 of his stones into Atari, right? Do that. All of a sudden, that gives me a free play to connect up. So I'm going to kill those stones. His safety net, he was here, right? He played too far in with this stone. His safety net to try and live was this stone. But at that point, I just kill the safety net. You're too far in. So you're giving me a bit of territory and a free kill. So, ouch. Anyway, White puts me into Atari up here. I connect up. See, White's trying to do some damage up here, but I'm too set up. I think I can kill these 2 at any point. I can kill these 2 now. I can kill these 2. Like I got all kinds of kills to choose from here, depending on what's happening. So sure enough, I say I don't want my group of 5 stones there, that little cross shaped. I don't want that to get killed off unnecessarily. I'm not going to take a chance, and I'm going to put your group of 2 into Atari. So do whatever you want. So then I play down here. So that just means I can kill that group of 2 off at any point now, right? There's no danger to me up there. So then White tries to attack this group of 4. Exact same thing. I'm not gonna take a chance. I can kill this group of 2 now at any point with 1 play. So if you put my group into Atari, it doesn't matter. Sure enough, puts me into Atari. I connect up. Put me into Atari again. I connect up. Doesn't matter because I can kill this group off at any point. I can he tries to split me, but I put him into Atari. Sure, he connects up with this group of 3, but this is all gonna be dead, right? I put him into Atari. Doesn't do anything. He tries to put my long group into Atari. Doesn't matter because I'll kill those 2 off. I can see like how he thinks maybe there's a chance. Like this group only is gonna have 1 eye in here, right? But I can probably kill off this group of his long before he can kill me off, right? What's he gonna try and do next here? Okay, so he's gonna try and live, sure, but I can force him there by killing that group of 2 off. He can't play in here. I'll kill him and put him into Atari. So it's kind of a weird back and forth now. Like, sure, what are you gonna do? I jump in there to put him into immediate Atari, but he can kill that group. Doesn't matter. Yes, he jumps in, does the same thing, but then I kill him off. Then he jumps away. This is an interesting exchange. And then there we go. So then I seal the deal and just say, no funny business on the right-hand side of the board. We're just going to not take a chance. We're going to risk this lower left-hand side just to make sure this is safe. If I lost that would have been a house of cards. It probably would have fallen apart. And maybe lose the game. I can probably still win the game without this lower left. So more important to win that right-hand battle. So White tries to win the lower left. Sure, connects up. Whatever. I threaten to cut. Sure, pushes out. Whatever. So actually, I may have lost that lower left at this point. But honestly, it was worth it for that right-hand side. And now back to the lower middle portion of the board. This has just been sitting there forever, right? I attacked that, and then we just kind of left it alone for like 20 moves, and it wasn't really of consequence. But now I think whoever wins this bottom of the board might win the game, right? So, White gets aggressive, puts me into Atari. I take the loss there, let him take the kill, sure. Put him into Atari, take the kill there. He's got to connect up. Sure. He's probably going to take that kill. Yep, fine. Just battle after battle here. We got a little bit of a co-battle going back and forth. He's going to connect up. All right, and then I threatened to cut there. Interesting. I don't know what's going to happen down here in the bottom right-hand side of the bottom of the board. This is a bit of a dicey situation. I don't think I'm going to get this, if I'm honest. Right? I have maybe one eye, unless I can kill these two. But we'll see. White is looking like it's going to get a pretty solid circle there in the middle of the board. So like I'm kind of pushing in from the right, like I was pushing earlier from the left in here. I don't want white to get a nice solid wall there, so I'm trying to sneak my way in. I can do that a little bit from up here, but it's going to be easy enough for white to play, you know, somewhere up here and kind of block that, I think. So we're pushing in from the right. Oh, there we go. So we pushed in there. That was a nice little play. I'm just eating into that territory, right? Put him into Atari again. Hey, we're going to take that kill. White ignores it. Hey, we're going to take that kill. Like I've actually lost track of how many kills are in this game. White's trying to shore up the middle of the board and just sacrificing these stones up here. Just wasted plays. It only seems like one stone, but that adds up, right? Like it just, you do that a handful of times and you're just slowly giving the game away. So white puts me into Atari. So then white finally gets the seal on that white line, right? He's kind of got a seal there. So that's a decent bit of territory, right? It's like a quarter of the board, something like that. So because I think he's going to get this down here. So that sort of worked out for him, but it certainly isn't as big as the initial circle that we drew, like this in the middle. And we definitely got some of that. 8 in this way, 8 in from the top, 8 in a little bit from the left. And we're getting close to the end of the game now, so probably more end game type moves. Threaten to cut here and there. There we go. Threatening all over the place. White's trying to save his one stone and get a little bit of space up there. Sure, I take the kill. Threaten to cut him off. He connects. So very much end game type plays. White threatening to cut me there. That seems like a loss. Threatening to cut me there. I connect up. Sure. I think this group along the left will be safe. I should be able to get 2 eyes in there. Threatening to cut me. Put him into Atari. He connects. Then I do connect up. Sure. Yeah, this is a little concerning on the left. White's trying to eat up my eyes. So there we connect up. Okay, now we're threatening to cut off those 3. Oh, interesting. White. I can take that kill now, right? Do I do that? Next play. There we go. That was a huge mistake by white. That may have just sealed the game. It's going to back up 2 here. So white's threatening these eyes in here, right? It's not totally settled. I can definitely get 2 eyes in there, but white can make that a problem and potentially kill off this whole group of mine. So this play here we go. There we go. I connect up. I connect these 2 stones to that broader group, and by doing that, I'm threatening to go here at A5. Because if I do that, I'm splitting these 3 white stones from his larger group, and then I'm connecting all of this. And it doesn't matter what I have for eyes in here because it's connected to this group down here, which definitely has 2 eyes if I get that kill. And white, I don't know, just didn't recognize it, didn't do anything about it. He went for this one up here. Totally ignored it and said, hey, I'm going to take this kill up here and get 1 stone and maybe get another one. No way. This is way more important. I made that split. Oh, that's huge. White still attacks that group. There we go. We're not messing around. We take the easy kills. I've been saying that for a long time in these videos. Take the easy kills. Don't screw them up. If there's a kill there and you could potentially lose it, just take it. And then all of a sudden, with that kill on the bottom left, that is totally safe. Doesn't matter if white eliminates a couple eyes in here and I only get 1 eye because I'm connected down here. 1 huge group now. So this game's over. I've definitely won this game at this point. That's a big win. White takes his measly little kill there. I threatened to split up here. White connects up. Sure. And I think this might be the end of the game, right? If you look at this, white just screwed up. This group of 3, wait, I'll play it to here. By this play here, because now I know this group is totally safe, right? It's in 0 danger, can't be killed. So hey, why not just extend out? And I'm threatening to go here at h10, because if I do that, I'm splitting this group off, right, from this group. Not that it really matters, because these 3, white can kill those off, right? And white says, yeah, I don't want you to split all these. Oops. I'm going to go here. That's kind of a wasted move. I don't know, because I can still split. And it doesn't really matter. But the problem is now, I play here at f13. I put these 2 into Atari. If he connects up here at g12, guess what? I can kill that whole group. It's only got 1 liberty. So he's going to have to sort of sacrifice those 2 and connect up here with his next play at h10. And now these 3 that were dead for like most of the game, like 90% of the game, they've been toast. All of a sudden they're alive. I get another kill, and this game is over. And at this point, yeah, it's moved 263, and white resigned. And it was a bit of a landslide, I think, by the end. If we estimate the score here using the AI tool, black by basically 40 points. So huge win. Yeah, real big win. And actually, the computer is giving me all this, right? They're giving me all that white territory up there. And is it because of that kill? Because I'm going to kill these 2 off regardless, right? And then guess what? He doesn't have any eyes up here. Can't get any eyes up there. Impossible. He could get 1 eye in here. Maybe at C15. But I can certainly push in and make that troublesome. And then guess what? He needs a 2nd eye. He can't get 1 down here. So that was a huge mistake on white's part. By not properly linking these up and then allowing these couple stones in here to live, allowing those 2 to die, and then that becomes 1 huge chunk of territory. That's all connected now. That was pretty precarious there on the left-hand side of the board, and all of a sudden, I literally have the whole left-hand side of the board, plus most of the right. We did end up losing this chunk down at the bottom, but that was aggressive anyway. It was kind of assumed that white was going to take that the way that was shaping up, so big swing, and it kind of came down to that kill at the end there. Whew, a lot of kills in that game. I actually don't know how many that was. That was, I don't know, we probably got like 10 or more kills during the course of that game. Some of them smaller, some little battles here and there. Excuse me, some of them bigger. But that was a fun game. We had white on the ropes early and kind of forced them to get aggressive. And we just kept pushing those kills. White made a few moves that were a little too aggressive and ended up paying for it. So anyway, overall, super fun game. Ended up beating a stronger opponent, which always feels nice. Typically not how that goes. So anyway, that'll probably wrap it up for this game. Hopefully you enjoyed it. What are we at here? 38 minutes. Whoo, mama, that's a long one. Congrats if you stuck around. Appreciate it. It was a fun game. Hopefully you learned something. If not, hopefully you had fun. I know I did. I had fun playing it and have fun going back and kind of replaying them too, right? So anyway, that'll wrap it up for this one, and we will see you in the next game. Let's go.